And we are back, and I have done some grinding in the background, also doing some things that I thought might be easy to do off screen before getting to the good stuff when I hit the recording button again, and I've kind of managed to do that. Mainly I've been doing a lot of fighting and also doing a lot of workshop stuff with the blacksmiths. So if the New Order person could please go away. Katarina is now using the Exerciser, only 13 attack, but I'm hoping to get the Exercising Slash unlocked on it. I also have the Flamberge for her when I'm done with that. I got him the Silver Sword. I also got the Ignis Shield from the blacksmith, and she's now using the Gladius. It's just a little bit underneath. Yeah, okay, 5 points fewer than the S-Stock, but I see what I can get out of it. Most of the skills didn't change much. Katarina and Minstrel managed to get to level 20 in Sword/Greatsword, which it took Katarina so long to get from 19 to 20, which technically is okay. It's the halfway point, I believe, if I recall correctly. The maximum level you can have in a skill is 40. Outside of that, my inventory is mainly some stuff that I've been getting. I have an Amentum of a really good spear. I could get rid of that. I'm not really using shields much in this run, simply because Katarina using great swords means they were all two-handed. He's using one weapon in each hand. She uses shield Ellen because she's not using any type of weapon. Herman has the spiked shield because he came with it, and I gave one to Candy as well because Gladius is only one-handed. If you're wondering why Candy is below Herman in my list, it's because while I was grinding off-screen, I accidentally walked into Riblov, meaning Candy, of course, left, so I had to go back and regain her into my party. I'm basically stopping and aka starting here because of this. This is actually the second time I saw this shield, the sign. I originally saw it in South Mazos, but I decided I want to do some more grinding before doing this part. Hidden Marvels of Mother Nature, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the one, the only show of wonders. This will appear sometime after you have talked to Anna about the Abyss Gates and lands, which I believe I cut that part out because we know where they are. And also it was just her brother talking way too long. So out of that, once you look at that, I have to remember where I have to go. You actually have to go into there first. This leads to a new path. Come one, come all, be startled and amazed for only 10 Aurum. If you have not seen our show, you have not lived. Bring your partner, bring your kids, enjoy the show. Okay, my money is a bit low, but that's because I've been buying stuff. And most of the stuff that I've been selling hasn't been all that good. They say the Show of Wonders has been touring the world. Blech. So pretty. It's enchanting. Look at the fairy. I wish I could have one. He's talking about this. Have a gainter, isn't it the cutest? Is it alive? Not even moving. Stop that! Cut it out! It can speak! Amazing! I can't see anything with all the crowding. Thank you all for coming. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to spread the word. This is wild! Whoa! Can't see anything with all the crowding. And if we go in here, we can find out why this guy was puking. Gross. Blech. The only thing we really have to do for this part is actually going into the middle, but yeah. After that, don't leave the city, but sleep. I have to sleep anyway, so good. What's that crying? Apparently I'm the only one who can hear it because Candy doesn't care. Such a doleful sound. Reminds me of that voice from the Show of Wonders. Perhaps I should look into it. Of course. If you go in here, you fight the thing that made everyone puke. It can be really difficult and can easily hit for 500 plus HP, which I don't have right now. So I'm just gonna go into the middle. It just flew off without a word. You're welcome. Does it actually? Okay, yes. Even if there's a cutscene, we did actually end up getting healed. So, quick look at the blacksmith. You can see I have 4 people selling things now. So let's see. The evil mask, I gave the witch's eye for that. Or was it the evil eye? I already forget. The sterling shield, like I said, I'm not really using sterling shields. Here we have the headband, the rubber soles. I can buy scale armors, which is actually a good idea. There's an earthen guard as well. The gladius, the canaria bow. I believe I've already put that into storage, and the flamberge. And this is the guy that we had previously, with the bastard sword, the falchion. And I believe right now... Yes, Nora's working on the nightcap, didn't have to do anything. Unfortunately, the only things I can get here are things that require items. Death Shard, Witch's Eye, and Meteor Shard. I don't have any of those. So, Kane and his partners are kind of a bit useless right now. I've done well of not going into the Phantom Maze yet. I unlocked the other treasure chests, treasure caves that were in the Great Arch, which don't really do much for us. I didn't mean to go in there yet. Let's see, anything else? I think I could do the Aurora part right now, but I'm not sure yet. I've gone into the Archlord Tower. I've also gone into Ake, and I unlocked the Fairyville, so might as well go there. I've also already gathered all the items there, so I have, was it 5 or 6? 6 fairies, harps, recovers parties SP and MP, so really good item to have for healing. Don't run on these. You can easily fall if you run on them, so be careful what you do. Don't drink tea. Remember, these are fairies. Fairies are to not be trusted. Jump, don't jump, or run. Go up here. I apologize for not expressing my gratitude. Were it not for your aid, I would likely have spent the rest of my days in that prison. Follow the red butterfly to get to the fire fortress. I can't yet? What? Alright. Well, let's go into Ake. And now we get to the fun part of the jungle. This sound still gives me PTSD. Okay, maybe it's not that extreme. So, this is a maze. Follow the red butterfly, it's over here, so let's go there. And it immediately got me to a part where I can't proceed, because it doesn't go anywhere. Thank you, fairy! But that's also a thing. It just changes whenever it feels like it. They're down here, so red, and I'm back to where I was before. Ah, there we are. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to shut up until I actually get there, but no, it finished up nicely. Let's go in here and back out. And now we can just easily travel there. Now that I have found the fire fortress, I should be able to recruit the fairy. I pledge to stand by you as you stood by me. Mischievous Forest Fairy, Peony, or Peony, joined your party. Yes, in the remaster she got a proper name, so to speak. Peony, she comes with an Amentum, meaning I didn't have to waste money on that. Oh well. She also comes with a longbow. Dexterity 22, pretty good. By default, she is more focused on the spear, so I'm going to keep her for that. She has a floral scarf that you can't take off, but she is floating, so a lot of ground attacks won't hit her, but she is weak to anti-air stuff, so if you can find a way to prevent that, that would be great. Bone Cross. I suppose this is one of the best things I have for her right now. I really should think about getting some really good equipment soon. Anyway, she comes with the wedge formation. Very good for attacking. Let's get her in. Might as well make some use out of her. The thing about the fairy, or Peony, I will try to use her name, is that she is genderless. So seduce shouldn't really work on her. Oh yes, something else I wanted to do in Lance. One of the things I did off screen was I went down to the bottom of the Archfiend Palace and I got the shortcut unlocked. A good thing I also tried to proceed because I actually completely forgot that you have to go to the closest, deepest part of the Archfiend Palace that you can and find out that you need a ring to proceed. And yes, you have to do it at that point, otherwise this won't trigger. After seeing that, you have to talk to him, because these guys are... Yes, I am her descendant and current head of the household. You reached the subterranean door in the Archfiend Palace. What you mean to say is that you need her ring. This ring is a key that opens the door in the palace's deepest recesses. The world will owe you a debt of gratitude if you succeed in sealing the Abyss Gate. We're all counting on you. So, I now have the royal ring, immune to fainting. Not that great, but good for what it is. So I could proceed into the direction of the Earth Abyssal Gate at this point. But I'm not quite sure I want to do that yet. I don't think I'm quite ready yet to fight one of the Abyssal Lords, even though we are working on approaching the water gate. Oh my god, the narrow streets! Thank you. We have traveled to World's End. So, talk to him. Jumping on? Yes. And this place is filled with lobsters. Our talents lie with Gembu water manipulation, but we know of no arts that can even touch the water dragon. We know the secret location of the undersea palace, so Fornios is trying to silence us. Permanently. Longitude ±0, latitude -100. Talk to this guy and then you could actually... You can just go on if you wanted to. I want to try riding on the Vanguard. You can actually have this one join you, but I have a full party of 6 right now, so I can't. Kind of annoying. He does give you a really good formation. The Gembu one, it's defensive. It's like the opposite of what Peony gives you. So if you leave this place now and go on to Fornios' undersea palace and close the water gate, these guys are gonna fall. These guys are gonna disappear and get killed. If you try to go to World's End later, all you see is just this part of the waterfall, but even further. So we could try going down and saving them. Yep. The remaster made it a little bit more easy to see you can go through here, and that's where the water dragon is that you have to defeat. If you just go on, you can get some treasure chests. You get a root of life. Not that amazing. A barrier stone. That's better. A spiked shield. Not that amazing. And a Fang amulet. Wow, Fang amulet. That is such a disappointment. Alright, this is actually my second attempt at fighting the water dragon, because the first time around I remembered why I usually don't fight him without having scale armor, fish scales, or a lagoon robe on everyone. Water dragon, quite obviously, you end up with a water background, water elemental, and Gravedigger doesn't work because technically the water dragon is floating in front of us. That's my reason, and I'm going to stick to it. But I did get some very nice, stronger skills, so this should actually be decent enough. And at the very least, Squall is not going to be a problem, because Ellen has the Lagoon Robe, meaning she's going to get a permanent Regan whenever there's the water elemental thing going on. Candy is wearing the scale armor, and Katarina, the minstrel, and Peony are wearing fish scales. I was gonna actually get the scale armors themselves, but fish scales work just fine. And the main thing is that they give the water immunity, so I don't really care about the lower defense that the scale armor would actually have. Sea Squall doesn't do anything to anyone here. Before, it did like 200 plus damage to Katarina, the Minstrel, and Peony because they didn't have water immunity. And I cannot believe I actually had to grind for fish scales in the middle of a recording. It was horrible. One of the things I hope I don't have to do again. Though I probably would, because I do plan on playing this game more than once. Fortunately, the physical attack is not too bad. Squall is, from what I remember and recall, and having seen earlier, yeah, that was really the worst, the Squall. Oh, that was very nice. And you get a suit of Morax leather. Ooh. I need that for the workshop. Alright, so this guy now sells water magic to us. Water of life, basically restores HP, libation, I suppose recovery for any status element. Create a pit of water to block enemy attacks. You saw Undine using that earlier. Sparkling Mist lowers accuracy. Thunderclap. I think this is basically the only offensive attack that you have with water magic. I don't really have anyone that I want to use water magic with. So you're telling me the secret location again, but now he's not saying anything else. I really would take you onto the Vanguard, but my party is full. I'm sorry. I'll probably come back for you later. I did earlier say that I don't think we're ready for really fighting one of the Abyssal Lords. I'm still kind of thinking that, because even though I am completely immune against water attacks now, like the Squall, I know that Fornios has other attacks that can be still pretty devastating, and I 445 HP, that's okay, but it's a bit low from what I want. Back with being on, well, not quite the mainland, but close to the mainland, so we can actually proceed with something. I want to think and try to do the eastern section of the map. Of course, I can't go over the dunes here. You need to do this part eventually anyway, especially towards the end, at which point it is actually incredibly easy to do it at that point. So one reason why I want to do it now. Plus 445 HP should be fine, along with the skills I have. If you go into the Naj Desert and head left, after 3 screens you end up reaching the Archlord Tower, which I already have. If you go to the right, after 3 screens, thank you, you're down here at Flowing Sands. These guys are here, the Sandino, I want to say Sun Tentacle, but no. They are here basically to make sure that you don't try to go in here before it's a good time for you. But I think I do have the skills and the HP and the equipment and all that. 170 is still pretty hard, but not too bad. I should be able to do this. If you defeat the enemies that have been in your way, even though they were a bit difficult for me, and you go down here past that sand dune flowing river there, you can't proceed until you finish up the pieces in the east. And if that fish could please move away, thank you. Oh, finally, Desert of Death. Okay, at least now we can walk around again. Now, I believe somewhere around here there is a way to get into the Crystal Ruins. I believe it's over here. Yes, I'm gonna go into them, because that should allow me to then go here whenever I have access to the overworld again. If not, I will have to walk back here, which is going to be annoying. Oh no. Peony is going to be taken out of my party in a minute. That sucks. Would have been better if it had been Halman. Oh well. Wait, could you be Master? That odd attire means but one thing. You're from the West. Not many of your kind make it this far. And you have come here for... honestly, no reason yet. It was the flowing sands that bore us here, and I can't say I know how we're going to get back. And that's how we ended up here. You all sound like real dunderheads. I guess at least you managed to survive. You'll find Schwan if... Schwan? I don't know, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. If you head east from the village, though, he'll no doubt lock you up on sight. If you would lend me a hand with something, I could talk to General Yang on your behalf. He happens to be one of my pupils. What might I do for you? Nothing, Artress. There's just a great deal that I would like to ask you about the West, in particular magic. You're coming with me. I'll be looking into a number of things. I also need you to visit the Nefti tribe. This little one can tell you more. She knows the lay of the land, so I'm sure she'll be very useful. Linny, go with them. I told you to not call me that. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm Ziling of the Mwenga tribe. This is Master Bai Mainyang. Her efforts to use magic to communicate with the Nefti consume all their time. This helmet will enable you to communicate with the Nefti. Their settlement lies on the outskirts of the southern plains. Shall we? Archer of the Great Plains, she joins you always for this part, and yes, she took Candy. At least she took Candy, because she's the only one that really knows magic in my party, so... good choice. Do that, replace them. Jiling! Sacred Bow, she is, as you can see, a bow user first and foremost. She's also pretty good at Kung Fu if you want to use her like that. But I personally wouldn't, because her speed and strength aren't that great, but she's here for the one quest. That's usually the only thing I use her for, so I have little reason to change that. I got a dead heart from grinding the fishes. 12 magic defense, not bad. You know what? You wear that. Let's see, Beast Chaser and Sidewinder. I don't have anyone that actually was using the bow, so I don't have anyone that can really use the... or has any techs unlocked for it yet. I have never seen that manner of clothing before. But something for us to do. Take this obnoxious path. I'm really not sure why they have the Great Plains here. They don't seem to have any purpose. They're just there to load between the areas. Alright, I thought this was actually already the second part of the quest. No, it's the first part. You have to fight the stationary Zeldamites that are here. As long as they're stationary, that's exactly what you need. The rest of them, mostly just for grinding or fighting. Okay, Gravedigger doesn't work on either of them. The dragons make sense. They're flying. I suppose their fish are flying. That's all the Nephtes tribe says to us, even if we do deal with it, except for this one. Vile monsters from the Abyss have invaded our homeland. Taking care of them takes precedence over idle chatter. That's fair. Alright, with both of the stationary ones, these guys still only say Niku to us. But this guy should be having idle chatter with us now. Your arrival here is an ill portent. Once, long ago, the Archfiend obliterated the various nations of the East, and many years later humans from the West came and repopulated them. However, in the centuries since, not a single soul has crossed these sands. We live in harmony here with the descendants, and that alone is reason enough to join your crusade against the Abyss. We must cut the fiends off at their source, far to the north of here. So we know the next place for us to go, but first we have to go back to the Mwenga tribe. You've been able to communicate with the Nephte tribe. Excellent. Then the time has come for me to fulfill my part of the bargain. I've spoken with General Yang. Go east and visit the city. I'm going to see what I can learn about the Zeldam tribe. Arrest those freaks! Ah, crap. Guys? You folks are as bizarre as the reports say. I'm young, and the Emperor has placed me in charge of this town. I've got a few questions for you, and I expect you to answer me honestly. You expect me to fall for that yarn? If you can't tell the truth, then you can go rot in prison. The scenes are going to be slightly different if you go here later into the game. You do have to go here for the final Abyss Gate, or after you completed all the Abyss Gates. And it also alters the text a little bit. You don't just arrive at the Mwenga tribe because, well, we went down the flowing sands and we couldn't go back. You say, we have to go to the Abyssal Gate here. And she's like, God, you're idiots for doing that. So we tell Yang the same thing, and that's why he throws it in. I've managed to pinpoint where the Zeldam have been coming from. I found it unusual to say the least that the nation was blanketed in the dark aura of the Abyss. Head north over the plains and eradicate the Zeldam haunt. Master, please refrain from acting without approval from above. We have only just sent a report to His Excellency Huang. Receiving his orders on how to proceed takes precedence. Such an ignorant child you are. Zhao Gao was swayed so easily and is behaving erratically and emotionally. Huang is so full of himself and treats the rest of us like maggots. Idiot! You should know better than this. The power of the Abyss and its denizens is drawing ever closer. Not sure why she was yelling at us. There's no need to hurl verbal barbs. The Abyss has long been an enemy of the East, and we have long been preparing for the day when we would face the Sinistrals. I'm ready to fight and die for this cause. You do know that the main 4 abyssal gates aren't here, right? Only one that we really need towards the end. Very well, I place my trust in your words and wisdom. Young is another one of those characters that you can actually get to join your party. Mine is full, so I can't. And fun fact, I rarely, if ever, use him. He comes in so late. Shadow Servant. Create a shadow copy of the user. Use it on yourself, and after that, whatever action you take will be repeated by the Shadow Servant. Very cool, can also be really broken once you have the money and the MP to use it. You can only use it on yourself. The downside, I personally would say, is just because it makes battles take longer every round. You know, just your character does the thing and then the Shadow Servant comes up and it does the same thing, it just takes so long. Luna Mirror, half the enemy's HP with a sound wave from a large half moon. Never use this. Boost your charm by basking in the crescent moonlight. I know charm does a lot of thing for support levels, which is more needed for commander mode, but it's another one of those that I never used. Invincibly East, no thanks. Already have that. Squire's Armor, already had that. You don't have anything worthwhile. In fact, I have an inventory full of things that recover MP, SP, Mind Salts. I even have Twigs of Life, max HP for single ally. I believe I have to actually put that onto someone for the battle, but I could be wrong. I used to have something that heals LP, but I think I threw that away. Either way, ignore this. We can go back to Great Plains with the shortcut button, but we still can't use the map. That unnecessary battle taught me, or at least reminded me, that I had to change my formation and my party members. I have definitely been fighting too many battles because of the grinding. I am so sick of battles. There we go. I don't even care about any treasure chests that I've missed at this point. I just want to get this done with. I really don't like this this quest part. I don't know why, I just find it boring. Either way. That is what we are fighting now, so let me quick check. Yeah, we're doing okay. So, we are fighting the Archfiend armor, and you can see I've actually been escaping from battles because... done. I am so done. Gale Slash... I don't know if Spatial Persona would work on it, so Thunder Kick... Piercing Lightning, Snake Blaster was okay, I'll use Charge. First round, it's gonna be like this. It's totally fine, you can just easily attack it however you want. After the first round, the Archfiend armor now has 2 Zelnamites in front of it. Similar to the Thief boss and a few other enemies we've already had. The point is to actually hit the Archfiend armor in the back, but I can't do that with Katarina right now. Unfortunately, I could with Gravedigger. It won't hit them, but it should hit the armor behind them. Fortunately, the Minstrel has Backstab, which forgoes that. Okay. She has... You can also use magic, of course, to get past him, but I believe Lunar doesn't really do much against Archfiend armor. So... kind of annoying. Giant Swing should hit all of them. If you still have Xiling in your party, or you actually went and got her back, and you missed, thank you very much, then you can also use her, or honestly any bow user, to make use of the bow being a far-fetching one. With an axe user like Herman or Rook, or even Ellen if she's her main character and you kept her as using the axe, you can do that and get them to use Tomahawk, Megahawk, stuff that actually just goes and hits further away. The backstab always has an option or a chance of immediately killing whatever it attacks and hits, but I don't think it works on the armor. I guess that's one less thing to worry about. Warriors from the west, you have proven your strength. I will gladly dedicate myself to your cause, stamping out the Abyss Lord. You must be eager to return to your homeland. Step out from Xuan and the road will open to you. Let me know if you need my help. You can learn magic from her. Wind magic. Herman has it. Snooze, binding, suction, tornado, yeah, whatever. I rarely ever use wind magic. I rarely ever use magic, period. Either way, Bai is also one that you can get into your party. She is purely a magic user. That's what she starts off with. That's the best thing that she can do. I have the Great Plains now. I want to go here first. I became lost in the plains and continued to wander west. There I came upon a town populated by elephants. What hogwash of a dream is that? Elephants, you say? Oddly enough, if you use the shortcut for leaving an area in Moenga tribe, it only gets you back onto the Great Plains. Kashkuta. Yep. We may seem a bit absent-minded, but internally we face a number of challenges. This is Kashkuta, inhabited by elephant people. The deserted castle in the Rotten Sea once belonged to our tribe. Don't even get me started on the elephant in the room. You are hilarious. The Archfiend cursed us with these horrid bodies long ago. We are the elephant tribe. We've been elephants as far as I can remember. We discovered an abandoned baby boy alongside the Rotten Sea 15 years ago. He grew up to be a strong lad, but one day a monster from the castle in the Rotten Sea came and took him. My brother rushed to his aid, but fell into a coma shortly after returning and has not awakened since. The brother in question is this one. You can awaken the elephant in the room, if I may take that other guy's words in his mouth. But you need to have Saga or the young boy in your party. Could be either of them.